Alright guys, for the first round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Machamp. Machamp is an only fighting type Pokemon, so we will be doing super effective damage with his fighting type moves due to Dialga being a dragon and steel type Pokemon. Fighting types do super effective damage against steel types. As you guys saw there, he did do a good amount of damage against my Dialga. I did try to make a swap out so he would throw in the dynamic punch or cross chop or whatever charge move he was charging up to onto my Giratina, but it did seem like he was overfarming. I did actually have to throw in a shield there because I did think it was going to be one of Machamp's community day moves, which is payback, that will be doing super effective damage against my Giratina. My Shadow Ball did charge up. I was going to be doing a bunch of neutral damage against that Gyarados because Shadow Ball is just a strong ghost type move. We do have to get as much damage as possible, so we do have to get to that excellent. Our second shield for my opponent we do get because of those Shadow Balls. That is very good because we do want to have as much of the advantage as possible. He does get to his charge move. I did think that this was going to be a crunch or an outrage, so I did actually have to throw in a shield there. And he did actually shield me, but he wasn't able to get to his charge move in time before I did get to my Shadow Ball. That will definitely feint him. My Giratina will be able to go up against that Machamp as well and I don't even have to worry about taking a bunch of damage. He does actually make a swap onto a Golem. And my Shadow Ball is super charged up right now. We do have to get to that excellent once again to do as much damage as possible because he does have 0 shields left, so we won't be able to throw any shield here. Boom, it does go through. It does do a good amount of damage. His Golem was able to go for the hard farm down, so I am going to be swapping out into my Dialga because his Dragon Breath will probably be able to feint him, or if he does actually have a stone move or a rock type move, we will be resisting that due to stone types being not very effective against steel types. He does actually throw in an Angel Power that barely even scratched my Dialga. His Golem does go down there, and my opponent's final Pokemon is that Machamp. I was ready. If you guys see on the right, I was spamming that Mewtwo button so that I will be able to make that instant swap and side strike him down or psychic hit him down. And because of that, we did feint that Machamp, and it allowed us to win the first round. Good game to our opponent. For the second round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Gardevoir. Gardevoir will be doing a lot of neutral damage with his fairy type moves. He is using Charm as his fast move, and Charm is a fairy type fast move that will be doing super effective damage against dragon types. I did actually have to wait and charge up to my Iron Head because there was a chance that we would be able to feint him. We did get my opponent's first shield, so I did actually make a swap out into my Mewtwo because Mewtwo does have access to Shadow Ball. My Giratina does also have access to Shadow Ball, but if I did make a swap onto Giratina, both of us will be doing super effective damage against each other. Gardevoir is a Psychic and Fairy type Pokemon, so we did instantly get one shot by that Shadow Ball there. My opponent's second Pokemon is a Giratina, and it does seem like we will be able to get to our Shadow Ball before we do feint and before my opponent does get to his charge move. So this is very good because there may be a chance that it is going to be doing a good amount of damage, enough for my Dialga to come in and farm him down. I am going to make a swap onto my Dialga instead of my Giratina because those ghost type moves will be doing neutral damage, but if I did make a swap out into my Giratina, he will be doing super effective damage against us, and due to ghost types being super effective against ghost types. So he does throw in a Dragon Pulse. Actually, I did actually think that it was going to be a Shadow Ball. Dragon Pulse will be doing more neutral damage against us due to Dragon types being super effective against Dragon types, but not very effective against Steel types. Shadow Ball does neutral damage against both of them, so Dragon Pulse will be doing a bunch more damage. Our Iron Head does charge up. This will definitely feint him, and he does actually make a swap onto Metagross. Good thing I didn't instantly throw in that charge move because the Iron Head would have gone to waste and was going to be doing not very effective damage against that Metagross due to Steel types being not very effective against Steel types. So his Metagross does come out. We are going to be doing super effective damage with our Ghost type moves. Due to Metagross being a Steel and Psychic type Pokemon, Ghost types do super effective damage against Ghost types. We do have to once again have to get to that excellent, do as much damage as possible. It does instantly feint him, and my opponent's final Pokemon is like Giratina, that we won't even have to let my Dialga come out because my own Giratina does farm him down, allowing us to win the second round. Good game to my opponent. For the third round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Melmetal. This is a very bad start for us because Melmetal will be doing super effective damage with his superpower because fighting types do super effective damage against steel types. So we are going to be taking super effective damage. As you guys see here, that superpower did do a really good amount of damage. I did think that it was going to be a shield bait with Rock Slide that we would be resisting due to Rock types being not very effective against steel types. So my Iron Head does charge up. It is going to be doing more damage because Superpower does give your Pokemon an attack and defense debuff. So the Iron Head did do again more damage because of that. My opponent does throw in another superpower. Once again, I did think it was going to be another shield base, so we do go down there. My Giratina does come out, and we are going to be doing a bunch of neutral damage with our ghost type moves. Those rock types are going to be doing way less damage because he is double debuffed from those superpowers, and he isn't going to be throwing in those superpowers because we will be resisting them. I do decide to go for the hard farm down here, so I will be able to throw in 2 shadow balls to make up for the advantage that he does have, so we could possibly get all of his shields or possibly faint his Pokemon. My opponent's second Pokemon is a Dialga. This is very bad because Dialga does basically counter my whole team due to Dragon types being super effective against my Giratina because Giratina is a Dragon and Ghost type Pokemon. He will be taking super effective damage. I did actually decide to make a swap out into my Mewtwo. Because he does also have access to Shadow Ball once again. That will be doing a bunch of neutral damage against him. My opponent's second Pokemon is actually a Kyogre. He does make a swap out into Kyogre. My Giratina will be doing very good against him, but since I do have that swap cooldown for making a swap out into another Pokemon, he does get to his charge move. He does throw in a surf there that we did actually have to shield. I do have to be more comfortable with throwing in shields, or you guys, if you guys are in the situation and you do have those 2 shields left, you do have to throw in those shields in some situations instead of always taking the hit. So right here, I wasn't able to get to my Shadow Ball. We were 2 hits away from getting to that Shadow Ball, and then if we did get it, we probably would have fainted that Dialga. My Shadow Ball was charged up on my Mewtwo. I did have that extra energy stored up. Since he does have that extra shield, my opponent did throw in his shield there. At this point, it is unwinnable because like my Shadow Ball will probably be able to charge up, but my Psycho Cut will not be able to farm this Dialga down. If we were able to, then we would have been able to throw in the Shadow Ball on his Kyogre and ultimately win the 3rd round, but because of that, it did actually allow us to lose the 3rd round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, for the 4th round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Melmetal. We will be doing not very effective damage with both our Dragon type moves and our Steel type moves like Dragon Breath and Iron Head because Dragon types do not very effective damage against Steel types, and so do Steel types do not very effective damage against Steel types. So because of that, we do just have to get off as much damage as possible, getting those excellents. I won't even go for the shield baits or anything.